All right, hello everybody. Welcome to a beautiful light snowy day here today. We're gonna be taking a little walk around, seeing the sights, sounds. You hear my feet on the snow, my pole hitting the ground. Let's see what's in the library here. Hearing fatigue, the blue one. It's kind of actually good for me. I'm actually, because of the MS, side diagnosis is chronic fatigue. So the way I fight that personally is through diet, through the inclusion of some things in my diet, like vegetables, healthy foods, the exclusion of things from my diet, such as alcohol. Really, like excessive amounts of greasy, fatty foods, shit like that. Getting out, exercising, walking around. It sounds counterintuitive, but like the more you lounge around, the more the fatigue sets in sometimes. I'm not saying for everybody this is the do-all end-all, but for me, the more physical I am, the better I tend to feel overall. So we're out here walking around, doing our thing on this beautiful snowy day. What's today? Today is January 6th. It's a Monday. Weird Al, it's blocked off. And 2025. Got that right on the first try. It's 6 days in. I guess I've had plenty of practice by this point. But yeah. Happy New Year. I think this is the first one I've put out of the new year. I could be wrong, but if not, either way, Happy New Year. Wherever you're watching from, hope it's a beautiful day. And if it's not beautiful, when things are out of your control, hopefully you can, make it as beautiful within your control. I don't know how you do that, but I guess that's what we're all trying to do here. Alley right here. Nice, very nice home. Always looks like some spot like you go for lunch. Like I don't know. There's a couple of homes around you'll see like that, but I don't know. Seems a good spot to have like something light, like a brunch or something. Coming up at a four-way stop intersection here. Hopefully everybody's doesn't look too slick from what I've seen. I was out earlier. It was a little slicker, a little more slick, however you want to say it. But especially crossing the roads. So it's not a heavy snow, but the roads are cold. They did put the brine solution down. It's a cool house. So let's see. It's probably, I don't know, around 27, 28 degrees. But that's the reason the snow is a little slushier in the street, is because of the brine. Here's a nice little doggy. How you doing? And I think dogs, I feel bad for dogs this time of year, because I experienced this with my neighbor's dog. Like typically they get to see so many people walking in the warmer months and so many more dogs, and it gets to be like this. And like my neighbor's dog doesn't normally bark at me, but he's been making a habit of it the last couple days, and I think he's just kind of lonely. He has nobody else to say hi to, so I indulge. Go over, say hi to him, bark back a little bit, and wait for the truck with the rubber padded walls to show up, I guess. But yes, beautiful day. If you don't like snow, I don't understand that, but maybe it's the cold. I mean, I get the shoveling it, all that kind of stuff. But hey, Mr. Wilson, but just look at it. It's like, in a way, it's like makeup for for the ground. It's like concealer. Kind of gives everything a nice little blanket. And trees, when they get a little covered like that. It's cool. And if you've ever, or if you happen to live in a forest area, I grew up kind of in a forest area for parts of my life, and I always pictured like Narnia from that, you know, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe book. How it described what it seemed like there anyway. It's Tillman, but yeah, just the trees all covered, and you know, not quite the density here, but still, you know, you get the vibe. But when you're like completely in like a forest, it's really cool. You know, sometimes, you know, depending how thick the forest is, you might only see about 20 feet in front of you. You know, after, like the next day, yeah, it's just the limbs and the branches and everything are so covered in snow that that's just how it is. But this is one of the main roads. You know, featured this road quite often, Tillman Street. And the thing about Tillman Street was, you know, you see a lot of stately homes right on Tillman, and Tillman is kind of one of the main avenues out of this main part of the city, the older part. And you know, about 100 years ago thereabouts, some of these homes were built on here, and like, you know, to go back 100 years ago, you know, not too many people had cars. So in order to live out here, for the most part, you had to have a car, and there wasn't too many of those people, so this road really wasn't that busy. You know, the amount of cars that go by in the next minute is probably more than went by in a day back then, and even on this bad weather. So, you know, it was a spot to be, you know, boom, and now it's, you know, it can be a little noisy, depends what you like, you know, but you know, there's still very beautiful homes, nothing against that, but I'm just saying, maybe from a privacy standpoint, what they once were. There's another very nice house here. Got the Spanish cabana tile covered in snow. Looks nice. And yeah, and I guess what I'm saying is, you know, just I guess things went on, more people got cars. You know, I'm sure if you would have told the people 100 years ago that this road would be this busy, you know, buses, this, that, the other thing, this probably wouldn't have been their first spot to have built their home. But you know, it's just how times change. Here. Another nice house. This house. I'm gonna scare this guy. You got a stick, I got a stick. Make our way around here. How you doing? Alright, good to see you. Everybody's getting out, getting their shoveling done, getting their oil delivered. Hopefully that's a scheduled delivery and not an emergency one. I've been on the receiving end of emergency deliveries, and that sucks because that usually means you're out. And yeah, but you know, it happens sometimes. You know, you go through more than you thought you were. You know, you're waiting for payday. You know, it's, you know, it's like I'm a big fan of auto racing. It's like, you know, you're trying to stretch that fuel. You know, coast and lift, or lift and coast, I should say, into the corners. Yeah, that way you can maintain momentum, not have to use as much fuel, use as much brake. But yeah, and then all of a sudden it just doesn't work out for you. The math ain't mathing, and you're out of fuel, and it's cold. For those of you that don't deal with home heating oil, is what that truck was, what I'm talking about. Catching some slippery patches on the shoveled and salted. I don't think it's salt, I think it's like this animal friendly stuff maybe. Like a bluish tint to it. That makes my, like a weird, it gums everything up almost. Let's see here. So people are getting out, checking it out, venturing about the day. You know, it looked like the snow was supposed to continue pretty much throughout the day to like 5, 6 o'clock. It's like maybe like 10, 11 o'clock now. And yeah, people are doing their thing. Oh, got another library here. Let's see what we got. Here's some magic, and another selection of books, and that's another one. Like, what's that, the second one, third one we passed today? But they're all over the place. You know, you go probably a couple blocks that way, you'll find a few. Continue on this way, I'll find a few. People getting their shovel on. And me walking down the road. And I like double extra check in this weather when crossing streets and stuff, just because, you know, I can be right, but that doesn't matter. You know, like I can have the right of way, but I'm not going to put my body out against a vehicle, especially a vehicle that can't stop in the snow and ice. Well, not ice, but whatever that schmutz is. And a little slope back there. I like these. I think these look cool. These grasses. Up across the street there's another one of our friends, the dumb cops. We'll get up there. We'll go see it real quick. But yeah, I don't know if you can make it out across the street or not. Put on that pole. Brought to you by Coca-Cola. We'll let the postman go here. Right his way. And they say, neither with rain nor sleet nor snow nor the other thing, it's raining. I don't work in the rain. Newman. Yeah, postman's out there, so it's really not bad, especially if you're from around here. I always say to people, this is like one of the first snows, so people kind of get a little excited about it. And it's like, oh my god. Especially because like you're hearing what's happening in other parts of the country where it's a little worse. But like I say, if you give us this area of the world, you know, this snowstorm in March, like nobody even cares. Like we're coming out in shorts. So it's, but just again, point out our friend here, the dumb cop. We're down about what, 4 blocks, but Allentown, as I said, runs Number Street, Word Street, Number Street, Word Street. And so yeah, this one's reading tags coming down this way. Any of these vehicles that have an issue that would come up with their what do you call it, on their license plate, you know, it would somehow be linked to that vehicle, linked to that tag. That'll be read by that camera, and that'll be then you know, signaled on to somebody ahead. Talking to myself. Hey. Trying to get back over to the street. I just wanted to look at the policeman. We have people coming down in the snow. People coming up in the snow. Like I said, all in all, looks good. Traffic is going along nicely. Like I said, I was out earlier and it looked a little more covered, but as far as now, you know, I think the worst is over, especially with people going out and about this road. You know, my main concern would be later this evening, how cold it gets, you know, potentially if you're out driving, you know, around here, you know, but black ice, you know, where it just looks shiny or wet, where it might have been earlier when you drove through and you come by 2 hours later and it's you know, it's a black skating rink. Somebody's ring cam looking at me. Snow's slowing down a little bit. I think we'll head back up this street. strap. See, and you'll see here, we just came off of Tillman, right out there where the stop sign is. And then there's the alley system down there, a bunch of people. And then an unusual short distance to that alley, and I don't know why it's the Hill Tillman is. Typically it's about midway through the block. And kind of quiet back here, other than the birds you might hear in the distance and my breathing. So I'm going up a bit of a hill here. A little stuffy today. Let's shoot down this alley. I'm not sure what's going on there. Straight ahead. Looks like the alley doesn't really exist anymore. It's there, but I think I'll walk around. If I was like a younger man, but I don't know. I don't know what's on the other side. And honestly, it looks like kind of boring. We'll go this way. The snow is subsiding a little bit, but I think I'm just gonna kind of do this all day. Come in, come out. I'm gonna take a moment here. Deglove here. So that's sadness. Ugh. All right. Onward. This is cool. Little horsey post. Let's see. We'll shoot this alley. Looks like somebody ran a plow down here. Cool, tall. I don't know exactly what kind of tree that is, but it's pretty tall. Another alley up that way. I mean, like, the streets are okay, but like, Carrot Street. It's when I actually see this eventually. It's a bunch of stuff breaks it up, but eventually it's downtown. They just keep, if something happens in the way, some kind of development, they just keep the street name. And I guess on the same longitude, whatever, however they do it, it'll be a couple miles away when it's clear again. Nice garden site. Forward to seeing that in the summertime. Big squirrel's nest up there. These alleys, I would say, the paved portion, I don't know, 8 feet. I don't know if you can make it out. But overall, I would say the street width, maybe 10 feet. Yeah, a little narrow. But like I said, generally the purpose of these is for residents to be like this, parking behind their house, next to their house, side entrance, off-street parking, whatever you want to call it. It's not really necessarily, you can use them as, roads, I guess, but it's all good until somebody else is coming the other way, I guess. But I like the alleys just a little more, especially in snow. Everything just feels a little tighter on you. It feels nice. Kind of gives you that. Planes going overhead. Airport about 6 miles roughly behind me. Lehigh Valley International Airways, Airport. LVIA, also known as ABE, I think, is its still its technical definition, or technical call sign, call letters, whatever you want to call them. All right. Appears a lot of ballers down here. Everyone's got their basketball hoops. It looks like probably whoever played on those hoops needs to get a colonoscopy, because they look like they're from maybe 20, 30 years ago. At least that one. This one, yeah, this looks a little more. Looks like something. Kid that's like 5'8", 180 pounds. Talks about Clemson. I don't know. I might be thinking of somebody in particular from my childhood. Type of person who probably grew up to become a sports writer in basketball. He has a love of the game, but just not the talent. And that's fine. Alright, where are we at here? One or two more to go. We got here the Great Pyrenees crossing. I don't know if we'll come across any of those today, but there's some people ahead. Typically, I find most people that, when given a choice, they'll branch off instead of walk past you straight on. But we'll see. The alleys are popular, but I have a scary camera. Ooh. But I think this looks nice little coverage of snow. I like to call it like an ornamental dusting. But this looks really nice today.
Hello.
Oh, how are you? Here's a little happy dog. And yeah. Dogs love snow. One cat loves snow. Actually have to bring some snow onto the porch. They don't really go out anymore because I lived in a different area before that was more rural. There's a little too much car traffic here. And other things, it's safer for them to stay in. But anyway, there's a porch and it's like screened in, so we put some snow out there for her. And she rolls around and plays in it and bats it all around like a crazy cat. So she wins. Holly. And I think this is going to be the end of our journey here. The snow's about dying. And yeah, so alright. Thank you very much for watching. Next time we get a little more snow, we'll get out. See you later.